Thank you, Shogun. For those of y'all who don't know me, I'm TBates, the professional yapper, and today I am joined by Psionics Corey and Psionics Cliff. Gentlemen, thanks for being on.
TBates,
of course.
It's happening.
So far today, we've covered the range of items from the esports shop, production, the broadcast, the new format, and it's all great. But I have one specific question on my mind.
What's that question?
Are LANs coming back?
You knew it was coming.
Ooh, it's a big question. It's a big question. Our intention, LANs are back.
Let's get it! Let's go!
Absolutely. Listen, we know how major this is for Psionics, for the communities, for fandom, for players. Yes, our intention, we're coming back. We start with 3 majors, World Championship, our first major, Stockholm, Sweden in December.
Stockholm, Sweden.
This year, pretty great. Players only, no fans on that one, but we're gonna start, we're gonna learn from it, and that's our goal. Let's get it.
Let's get it, for sure. My next question would be, why now? What has changed exactly in our world that has led us to finally get to this point?
Yeah, I think, looking back to March 2020 when we made the decision to cancel the World Championship, we look back to that we made the right call at the time, putting our fans, our players, our communities, health first and safety. We want to carry that tenet forward with us now. And, I think, when we look to the Stockholm event, it's about doing it right, doing it safely, and looking at other sporting events that are live, other esport events that are live. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? And then applying it to Stockholm is really where we need to be. So there's going to be a lot more details on how we plan to operate this event and how we plan to create a safe environment, especially, this first event's going to be player focused only, and then growing it later to eventually fan experiences in live arenas.
Okay. It's interesting that you touch on the March 2020 having to cancel the World Championship back then because of player health and safety. What are the safety precautions that you are taking now in order to ensure that players, talent, staff, and hopefully, eventually, fans don't come down with anything?
Yeah, I think for us, it's going to be some level of quarantine, obviously tons of testing and social distance, mask wearing and all that, and really controlling the space that we're operating in. I think it's a lot easier to, when we have months of planning to plan out, how are we getting players safely to the arena? Is it all within the same hotel? A lot of these questions that we're starting to figure out as we get closer to Stockholm, but we plan to really adhere to local guidance as much as possible and ensure that we're able to deliver a safe product for our fans, our players, and our staff.
And I think pretty much the big kind of blocker, what we could be up against would be really any kind of border closures of Sweden. It's a reason, we're working with Stockholm and that country just because we feel very safe about their protocols that are in place. But if something changes, if those are, something like that, or we can't protect our players, we can't get our players to the LAN, those are the reasons, that's the reason kind of why we wouldn't be able to do what we want to do in December.
Yeah, and I think for us, operating in Stockholm because of DreamHack being based out of there, there's a lot more safety because of that being their home base, and they can control a lot more things, and we can really create that first great experience for Rocket League live events to be back.
That's great. I'm super pumped because my first LAN unfortunately got canceled.
Sorry about that, mate.
And then also the first LAN I ever made for collegiate also got canceled. So I've never actually been to a LAN before. And since we transitioned to free-to-play back in September 2020, the player base has improved drastically. And so now there are probably plenty of people out there, old and new, who haven't even attended an actual RLCS LAN event. Can you guys give us a little perspective as to how that feels?
I'm gonna take this one.
Mr. LAN, please share.
Going from that first moment where Kronovi beat F3 to, I gotta go to it, Justin scoring that goal, Season 5, Turbo and K-Dop still won. Season 7, breaking the world record for the Mexican Wave, K-Dop still won. But then going even to Season 8 and completing that storyline of Garrett G, he's your boy.
That's Captain America all day, every day.
So
all day, every day.
To see him finally lift that trophy with NRG, still with Turbo. So we'll see how this goes next time around. But I think it's really just those moments. You don't forget them. And I think that's what Rocket League Esports is about: is creating those moments that you're going to live with forever. And it just, you kind of lose yourself when you go to a live event, and it's something to behold.
I have I come from a traditional sports background of going to baseball games, kind of sporting events and stuff, and we are so blessed at Rocket League to be able to bring a sport that emulates that, and being able to put your friends and family in the same room with you and experience the highest level of play. That is absolutely the goal in achieving what we're trying to do here, and we're getting darn close to doing it again.
I'm ready. And Corey, it's funny that you say that you lose yourself at LAN.
Oh no!
Because I believe we have a clip just to let the audience get the feel like what LANs actually feel.
All right, yeah, I did lose myself a little there. So
just a tad.
Yeah, a little bit. But that's just it. Like I was told from Ian, he was like, "Hey, I need a clip for the Instagram on Rocket League," and I go out there and I do it, and then I get the clip, and then I forget that I'm recording and just start screaming.
You deliver.
But that's just it. Like I've been working here for 4.5 years, and you still lose yourself in those moments, and that's what Rocket League live events bring, and that's why it's so crucial to the sport.
Okay, and for those who don't know, that was the RLCS Season 7 Worlds at the Prudential Center. And speaking of Worlds, where exactly is the next Worlds going to happen at?
I mean, this is you, Cliff. I ain't saying nothing.
World. So, we definitely want to make sure we're building out fans from all over the globe can see stuff. So we have a pretty good system of where our majors are going to be, different continents throughout the year. A world championship, we want to do North America. Our intention right now is to get back in North America. And we know there's massive fandom. We've done some amazing events in North America before. Right now, our intention is to get there. We're not ready to kind of share what places we're going to yet. It's definitely more in the future, a lot more to elaborate there. We're still learning kind of day by day. But as of now, NA.
Okay, and are we talking like...
And big, man, we're going big. I'm telling
What's
you.
big?
I'm telling you.
I mean...
Prudential times 2?
Prudential times 2.
Prudential
I'll
times 2.
put it on the tape.
In a bowl?
It'll be the bowl, just for you, Bates. Just
Oh,
for you.
let's go. Those are the best. And with World Championship being hopefully a LAN, what about the majors? I know you touched on Stockholm, Sweden, and have you set them up?
No, so I mean, for right now, look, Stockholm is going to be the first major, and what to expect as a fan is like majors are no longer like a 3-day ordeal. Yeah. This is going to be like a 5 to 7 day broadcasted event. We're still finalizing some of the details, like, once we get to it, but at least 5 days is where we're targeting. And as these expand, our ambition is to bring these to arenas that, are pretty comparable to world championships we used to operate. So, I think, first things first is let's get to Stockholm, but we're really excited to share the future of majors and what's more to come with regionals.
TBates, you've heard it all stream long. Like, it's just our direction to grow Rocket League, the sport, right? And just make this as big and global as possible. And and obviously a LAN and a world championship, it absolutely falls into part of our measures of success this year, just kind of growing and bringing the sport we love to more fans.
Okay. Just break that down. I have 2 questions. One being, are regionals ever going to be LANs? And then 2 being, you said that majors are 5 to 7 days. So exactly how long is the World Championship?
So regionals do have a potential to be LANs in the future. I think currently right now we don't have anything locked in because really it's all eyes on Stockholm. And I think for us it's kind of gauging what the community wants. Should the regionals be online? Should they be live? Like I think it's something we're not ready to go full bore into yet. But when we look to like you're saying on the majors as well, like the World Championship is going to be a 2-week ordeal.
Yeah. 2 weeks?
Yeah. So the first week is going to be the World Championship wild card, where they're going to be flying out to that same event that everyone else is going to be flying to for the World Championship. And that's going to be a little smaller, like basically imagine like a studio type set that will set up in a hotel. And then once we figure out who those final 8 teams are to make the World Championship, that's when the big show begins in the following week. So it's going to be 2 amazing weeks of Rocket League.
TBates, multiple weeks of live Rocket League. What do you think?
All I know is that G2 is going all the way, so.
I mean, it's on the tape.
Maybe the machine too, but for now I'm going G2.
Oh, no.
You guys will know for certain that I think I've grilled Sonics enough here about LANs. They want LANs to happen just as much as you and I. And players, I think you guys also want LANs to happen as well. Corey, I believe you have a tweet from Mr. Captain America himself, not believing in
I mean, my boy Garrett G, he really hurt our team. But you know, I think we saw it and we knew like he was feeling the same way we were, right? And I think that's the biggest thing for us is like the Psyonix family over here is like we're with these players, we're with this community, and like we want to see this back live. And you know, a world championship should never be on EU server, whatever number Garrett threw out there. Like that ain't it. So you know, we're really looking forward to live events again.
Maybe we get to bring it back. We get to crown a world champion in person again. That is, you know, it's been what, 2 years? It'll be since December since we've been able to do something like that. So man, number one goal. That's why we're here.
Okay, the big question will be, can Mickey Moon become a world champion? Guys, I appreciate y'all for coming on.
Yeah.
I know the chat does as well. LANs are coming back, Twitch chat. And before I let y'all go, is there anything else you want to tell the people?
No, I think just tune into that first broadcast in October. Like it's the labor of love over here at Psyonix.
Wait, what date?
October 14th, I believe, but I'm probably going to get it wrong.
Okay, mark that down, guys.
But you know, I think for us, we're just excited to bring it back.
It's a massive opportunity for us. It's been way too long, and we're ready. Join us when we have fans there. Can't wait to see you there.
All right, guys, you heard it here from Psyonix Corey and Psyonix Cliff. I am Tyler Bates, professional yapper, Shogun. Take us away.